The myth of Narcissus, a captivating tale from Greek mythology, introduces us to the character of Narcissus, renowned as the most beautiful youth in Greece. Born of the nymph Liriope and the river god Cephissus, Narcissus's life is predestined to be long, only if he never knows himself. This enigmatic condition sets the stage for a story of self-awareness, unrequited love, and the perils of vanity. The significance of this myth lies in its exploration of self-obsession and the consequences of scorned affection, themes that resonate with audiences across cultures and times. Narcissus's rejection of lovers, especially the nymph Echo, who can only repeat others' words, highlights the destructive nature of egotism and emotional detachment. In our world, the myth finds contemporary relevance in the notion of narcissism, a term used in psychology to describe excessive self-love or egocentrism. Social media platforms, for example, often amplify narcissistic tendencies, allowing individuals to obsess over their curated reflections in the form of likes and comments, mirroring Narcissus's fixation on his reflection. Similarly, the echo aspect of the myth is mirrored in societal dynamics, where communication can often become reduced to echo chambers, with people only encountering views that reinforce their own. Supporters of the myth's enduring power argue that it serves as a cautionary tale, urging us to balance self-reflection with external awareness and empathy. The story of Narcissus warns against the dangers of falling into the trap of shallow self-admiration, reminding us of the importance of genuine connections with others. However, some challenges associated with this concept include diverse interpretations of self-love in modern contexts. While the myth portrays Narcissus's self-admiration as entirely detrimental, contemporary perspectives sometimes advocate for a degree of self-love as essential for mental health and self-esteem. This complexity adds layers to the discussion, highlighting the nuanced relationship between self-awareness and self-absorption. The myth of Narcissus intricately connects to other aspects of Greek mythology and broader themes of transformation and hubris. Like many myths, it underscores the tension between human nature and divine influence, prompting reflection on the limits of self-knowledge and the transformational consequences of unchecked vanity. Ultimately, Narcissus's metamorphosis into a flower stands as a poignant symbol of beauty, frailty, and the eternal gaze toward self-discovery. The story of Narcissus, Greece's most beautiful youth, is a rich tapestry of myth that explores themes of beauty, self-awareness, and the consequences of vanity. Narcissus was born of the nymph Liriope and the river god Cephissus, with a prophecy that he would live a long life, but only if he never knows himself. This prophecy is fulfilled when Narcissus falls so deeply in love with his own reflection that he wastes away, ultimately transforming into the Narcissus flower, forever gazing at his own image in the water. This myth holds significant importance as it offers a poignant reflection on human nature and the dangers of excessive self-regard. Narcissus's story serves as a cautionary tale about the perils of vanity and self-obsession, warning against the blindness that comes from focusing solely on one's own image and desires. The character of Narcissus symbolizes the potential destructiveness of becoming ensnared by one's reflection, both literally and metaphorically, and this idea is an enduring part of cultural conversations around narcissism. Real-world examples of Narcissus's story are numerous, often manifesting in discussions around psychological conditions like narcissistic personality disorder. This disorder is characterized by an inflated sense of self-importance and a deep need for admiration, similar to Narcissus's fixation on his own reflection. In contemporary contexts, the myth also finds relevance in the pervasive culture of social media, which often encourages self-promotion and superficial validation through likes and followers, drawing parallels to Narcissus's self-adoration. Opinions supporting this cautionary tale suggest that moderate self-awareness and humility can lead to healthier relationships and well-being, contrasting with Narcissus's ultimate fate. Conversely, challenges to this view include arguments that a certain level of self-regard is necessary for self-esteem and success. Moreover, while narcissism is largely viewed negatively, some studies argue that a degree of it can be beneficial for leadership and confidence. The myth of Narcissus not only stands alone as a cautionary narrative, but also interweaves with other Greek myths that explore themes of fate, love, and transformation, such as those involving Echo. In rejecting Echo, Narcissus also highlights the destructive effects of self-centeredness on interpersonal connections. Ultimately, the story of Narcissus serves as a timeless reminder of the balance between self-love and self-awareness, urging individuals to look beyond their own reflection to foster deeper connections with the world around them. Narcissus, a figure from Greek mythology, is celebrated as Greece's most beautiful youth. His origins are deeply intertwined with the divine, being the offspring of the nymph Liriope and the river god Cephissus. This lineage bestows upon him not only immense beauty, but also a fateful prophecy. He will live a long life only if he never comes to know himself. The birth and lineage of Narcissus serve as a foundational aspect of his story, highlighting the interplay between divine influence and mortal existence. This background sets the stage for his tragic fate and underscores the theme of destiny in Greek mythology. The significance of Narcissus's origins lies in the dichotomy between human and divine elements, a common theme in mythological narratives. His semi-divine heritage imbues his character with traits that both elevate him and seal his doom. As he inherits beauty from the gods, he also inherits a curse-like prophecy that ultimately leads to his downfall. This element highlights the precarious balance between virtue and hubris, a moral commonly explored in mythological tales. In the modern world, Narcissus' story can be seen as a cautionary tale about self-obsession and vanity. For example, in psychology, the term narcissism is derived from his name and describes a personality trait characterized by excessive self-focus and a lack of empathy, highlighting the timeless relevance of his tale. Additionally, the concept is frequently applied in discussions around social media culture, where individuals can become overly invested in their curated online personas, sometimes to the detriment of real-world connections and mental health. Some scholars and literary critics interpret Narcissus' story as a critique of self-love taken to an unhealthy extreme. Alternatively, it can also be viewed as an exploration of identity and self-awareness, with Narcissus's failure to know himself leading to his tragic end. However, others may argue that the narrative overly romanticizes tragedy or is critical of self-love, which can also have positive connotations in terms of self-respect and self-care. Narcissus' origins and fate are inherently linked, shaping his interactions with others and his eventual demise. His lineage underscores the interplay between human emotion and divine preordination, which not only influences his relationships, particularly his rejection of Echo, but also culminates in his transformation into the Narcissus flower. Thus, his birth and lineage are not mere background details, but essential elements that drive the narrative, illustrating the timeless nature of mythological storytelling and its ability to reflect complex human experiences. The concept introduced in the heading is deeply rooted in Greek mythology and revolves around Narcissus, the son of the nymph Liriope, and the river god Cephissus. Narcissus is famously noted for his unparalleled beauty and the tragic outcome of his vanity. His tale serves as a powerful allegory on self-obsession and the quest for identity. The prophecy that he would live a long life only if he never knows himself foreshadows his demise, as it suggests that self-awareness, when overly indulged, can lead to self-destruction. This story takes shape as Narcissus cruelly rejects all suitors, notably Echo, a reflection of his inability to connect with others meaningfully. Ultimately, his infatuation with his reflection becomes his downfall, serving as a cautionary tale about the perils of excessive self-love and vanity. The significance of this narrative lies not only in its mythological origins, but also in its enduring lessons about human nature. Narcissus's story is a poignant reminder of the dangers of overindulgence in self-reflection and the pursuit of beauty, which are prevalent in various aspects of modern life. For example, the term narcissism has become a psychological concept describing individuals who exhibit excessive self-love, often at the cost of empathy and meaningful relationships. In the age of social media, this tale resonates as people grapple with the duality of online self-presentation versus genuine self-awareness, highlighting the risks of valuing surface appearances over authentic connections. Supporting opinions align with the notion that self-awareness, akin to what Narcissus faced, is a double-edged sword. While some argue that self-reflection fosters self-improvement and growth, Others caution against the potential for self-absorption, which can lead to isolation. On the other hand, a challenge to this interpretation is the argument that self-knowledge is inherently valuable, fostering greater self-acceptance and resilience. This tale connects to broader themes of love, rejection, and transformation within Greek mythology, influencing various cultural narratives that explore the balance between self-love and altruism. Narcissus's metamorphosis into a flower symbolizes the enduring legacy of mythological lessons, inviting contemporary discussions around self-identity and personal growth. Despite being centuries old, these themes remain relevant in navigating the complexities of self-perception and the human condition today. In essence, Narcissus's story is a cautionary and timeless reflection on the nuances of human vanity and self-awareness, perpetually relevant in society's continuous search for meaning and connection.